Hi everybody!
Hello.
So last week we talked about what is included in a Disney cruise, and this week we're going to talk about what is not included in your cruise fare.
It's actually a relatively short list. I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot of things that we talked about that were included in your cruise fare, but
Which is
I mean,
awesome.
yeah, it really is. And I mean, thinking about the things that aren't included, I mean, it's not very many, which is great.
But there are extra things, you know, if you want to indulge and get extra things. I will say a lot of the times we don't get too much that's extra just because
we've already spent a good amount on the cruise fare itself.
And we like to enjoy the things that are included.
Yeah, and plus the things that are included are perfectly fine and well above average for, I think, the cruise industry. So, I think let's start with our favorite thing that's not included.
So your favorite thing?
Both of our favorite thing, because it involves our favorite dessert.
Ice cream?
No.
Oh.
Palo.
Oh.
Palo and Remy on the bigger ships, is not included in your cruise fare. They are at an additional charge. Palo is at I believe $40 per person for brunch and for dinner. So $40. That does not include gratuities. And then Remy is much higher. It's like 90.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, while she's looking that up, I mean it's a great experience, 100%. You get, because there's a limited number of people in there. We've always had our wait staff pretty much to ourselves.
Yeah, I think our waiter had one other table, and he was kind of just like hanging around waiting for us to finish our food.
And they weren't like overbearing. They were kind of watching for signs that we were finishing up, and then they were immediately there to clear the table, move us on from our amuse-bouche to our appetizers, and then going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the prices for Remy, for dinner, it is $125 per person.
What do you get for that? Because we know what we get for Remy, or for Palo.
It is, I think it's a 5 or 6 course.
And is that the wine pairing as well? Or?
No. So there's a champagne brunch. There's a dessert experience that's 5-course dessert menu served with coffee. There is a wine tasting paired with small plates of gourmet cuisine as well. So, the dinner is $125. The champagne brunch is $75 per person, but that's without the champagne. If you add the champagne, it's $30 per person. The dessert... Sorry, Bella broke that chair the other day by accident. It just got weird.
Yeah.
The dessert is $60 per person, and to add a wine pairing is $25 additional. The 6-course, the petites, the small plates, is $50 per person, and it includes a wine pairing, and that can only be booked on board, apparently. And then the Remy wine pairing experience is $105 per person.
Yeah, so quite a bit of an additional charge, but
it's a little fancier than we are.
It definitely is, but Palo is always something that I think for the price is something we always indulge in, because it definitely is. It gives us a nice date night while the kids go to the kids club, so definitely something to look into. I'll let you pick next.
Okay, so ice cream, because you said my favorite thing, and you made me think of ice cream.
I did. Not ice cream where you get the included soft serve, but we're talking vanilla peas.
As Christian calls it, the paid-for ice cream. So on the Dream and the Fantasy, there is an ice cream parlor, and they have candy and sweets like cupcakes and all kinds of tasty looking stuff. So it is all at an extra charge. On the Fantasy, it is sweet on you, and it is themed to Mickey and Minnie, And on the Dream, it is Vanellope's Sweets and Treats, and has a really cool Wreck-It Ralph candy, or Sugar Rush.
Feel to it.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Sour Bob pops up in the gumball
It's
machine.
fun.
It's super cool.
So they have, we have had ice cream from each of them.
Mm-hmm.
On the Fantasy, we had a little Mickey or Minnie? Mickey.
It was Mickey, yeah.
Sundae, which was super cute and really tasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Dream, we got the Ralph's Family Challenge Sundae,
Yep.
which was amazing.
It was what, 6 flavors of ice cream, totaling out to be like 12 scoops.
Plus, like 5 toppings.
Whipped cream, nuts, cherry.
Whatever you want to pick. And then plus the chocolate squares on top, the cherry and the whipped cream do not count towards your topping count. And it was so good. And
it was only about $20.
well, I think it was less than that actually.
Close enough. It was less than $20, but
Yeah,
I mean, for
which
all
was
that ice cream.
Really cool because the step down sundae from that comes in a
Sugar Rush car, isn't it?
yeah, and it's only $2 less, and
Yeah.
it's 3 scoops of ice cream. But because the challenge one comes in a plastic trophy, which is a little bit cheaper to
That's
get,
true.
you get more ice cream for only a small amount more money. So it's so worth it. I'm trying to
It's
see.
definitely a family challenge you guys have to have.
Dude, no, I could have eaten that whole thing by myself.
Still gives me a headache thinking about it.
It was so good.
Yeah. But
So good. I'm trying to see if I took a picture
price.
of the Back to the Dream. So I keep way too many pictures on my phone.
Surely does.
I have pictures from like 2 or 3 cruises ago. So like I'm counting the Dream and the Wonder that I kind of grouped up to one because it was one trip. So I'm saying like as long as I've had this phone, I have vacation pictures on it.
Yeah.
That's terrible, but awesome at the same time because I always have what I need. I just need to kind of find it.
True. goodness.
To dinner on that day. Hang on, I'm getting there. I promise I have it somewhere. Oh, there's Christian with the Sunday. Okay. So, the Ralph's Family Challenge Sunday includes 6 scoops of ice cream, but it's really 6. It's 6 big scoops.
Yeah.
6 toppings, whipped cream, a cherry, served in a take-home souvenir trophy cup for $14.95.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Vanellope's Go-Kart Sundae is $12.95 for 3 scoops of ice cream and 5 toppings. So
Get the
challenge
challenge.
Sundae.
That's always good.
So worth it.
Working our way back on the pool deck, there's like a little shop right next to Frozones is what it's called.
Well,
on the
smaller ships.
The smaller ships is what it's called. But they have
No, it's Frozones or Sully Sips.
yeah, that's it. And you can get, in addition to getting, I think they had a selection of beers there, but they also have protein shakes. They have smoothies.
It's also where you can get the Dole Whip.
Yep, that's also where you can get the Dole Whip. So
All of that is an additional
charge.
price.
Yeah.
They also, I think they have like Monster.
Yeah, they have Monster roaming around. I think they have Red Bulls.
I'm not sure though.
Yeah, we just didn't.
I don't drink that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do drink protein shakes every once in a while. But if I really wanted it, I just take my own on.
Yeah.
So.
Working our way even further forward on the pool deck, you come to the Cove Cafe, which is a coffee shop on all of the ships. They also have the Vista Cafe down on deck 5 on the Fantasy and the Dream. 4, close enough. One of those decks. But those coffees are at an additional charge. They also have alcoholic drinks in there. The pastries, though.
Yes, the
Those
pastries are included,
Yes.
and they are delicious.
We've
Also, in the evening time, at least at the Vista Cafe before it closes, it switches from the pastries to like an antipasti type plate that we saw. I have a picture. We'll put that in.
The other cool thing, we did get I got a coffee
Yeah.
on the Wonder.
Just so we could
try it, but it was mostly because they have a really cool machine and they can do any kind of design that you want in the foam.
Yeah.
So you just tell them what you want and
Star Wars Day at Sea.
Yeah.
That wasn't Star Wars Day at Sea.
no, but you can get that. It's good coffee. I mean,
It was coffee. I like coffee, but I'm not. It was,
Yeah.
pricey.
for the avid coffee drinker, they do have a rewards card. After 5 coffees that you purchase, you get the 6th one free. So
About one.
yeah, we buy.
There's
one.
nothing wrong with the coffee in the main dining
Nope.
room
or from the
drink station.
Yeah.
So the coffee is an extra charge, but also alcohol is an extra
Yeah.
charge. So whether you order an adult beverage in the dining rooms, from someone walking around on the pool deck, from one of the bars or lounges, that's going to be an extra charge. And then there is also an automatic 18%
gratuity. Yeah.
But they're so hardworking.
Oh yeah, they. So I would go down at least once or twice a cruise to Rosen, Crown and Fin, and get a beer, or I'd usually get the Crown and Fin because that was my favorite. But the bartenders really know you, and I walked in. I think I frequented them because it was our back-to-back.
So they
cruise.
really knew
They
us
really
for the
knew
end of
us.
14 nights.
But I walked in, and the bartender saw me, greeted me, and was
By name.
Yeah, by name, and instantly was pulling out a fresh beer mug to replace the beer card that I had, my beer token. So they really do know you.
Yeah. They didn't know me so much because I was pregnant with Bella on those
Yeah.
cruises. So
But
I think I got a Shirley Temple once.
you did.
Speaking of, okay, no matter what you get, if you are in one of the bars or lounges, it is going to cost. So whether if you get just a Sprite, which you could get from the dining room or up on deck for free because they're going to pour it from a can, and because you were in the bar,
It's going to be an additional charge. But they'll give you all the cherries.
$3.
Yeah. They'll give you all the cherries that you want, though.
That's true. You can, however, at dinner order a Shirley Temple, and it will be included.
Yep, because they'll just go to the fountain,
Yeah.
fill it up with Sprite, and then put the cherries in
Yeah.
there.
So
Pretty much anything from the bar, drink-wise, is going to be at an additional charge. However, we have talked about how at night they do have different kind of snacks. Yeah. And also a new thing that I've noticed that they do is when you sit down at the bar. Okay, well, it's new to me. They did it on the Dream and the Dream and the Wonder, but they gave you a little thing of bar snacks, like
nuts.
pretzels, nuts, chips, and stuff. It was really good. But
I don't know, you went down to 6, 8, 7.
Yeah.
I was somewhere with Bella.
yeah,
Because she was not quite old enough for the club yet. Yay, next time. Also, that brings me to something else that is not included. Just, the nursery is not included.
true.
Sorry, the dog has a burr. Texas is full of little burrs.
Yeah.
The nursery, I think, is $9, $8.50 or $9 an hour.
I think it's 9.
And you have to.
You have to book it in advance or hope that you have the time slots.
Yeah, but you have to book a certain amount. But you also are only allowed to book up to a certain amount because they need to make sure that everyone who wants to has a chance to put their child in there.
Yeah.
It's a really good price. I don't know, we've never hired a babysitter.
No.
But I hear they're expensive.
Another thing that is not included, though the entertainment is included, they do have it's right outside of Preludes. They have Preludes that has canned drinks, candy, popcorn, all kinds of snacks. Those are at
alcohol too.
Yes, and they have alcohol. But those are all at an additional fare to include the popcorn that is outside of the Buena Vista Theater. That is an additional charge as well.
Really good,
it does. You come down deck 5 and you're like, oh look, they're making popcorn. So the popcorn is not included in your cruise fare.
It is not. However, it was a good deal when we got on Star Wars Day at Sea. We got Christian and AT-AT popcorn bucket, and it included the popcorn and a drink, so that was pretty cool.
Yep.
We've also got a Pluto popcorn bucket
From the
on the
Maritime,
backs. Yeah.
So that was really cool. What else isn't included?
The spa.
The spa is not included.
So last week we talked about how the fitness center is free to use as long as you are 18 and older. To get to the fitness center, you have to walk through part of at least the lobby area of the spa. Spa services are not included.
And that includes the rainforest room as well on all 4 ships.
Yes.
That is at an additional charge.
I have done one massage on one of the cruises, I don't remember which one, and that was it. I mean, spas are expensive.
Yeah,
So.
they are.
But there's massages, there's facials. On all 4 ships now they have like a barber shop sort of thing / salon. And I think on all 4 ships now there's also the teen spa. But I go up there to go run on the treadmill and that's about it. Maybe get a banana.
Oh yeah.
Or an orange from the
They also
gym.
have the lemon waters. So.
Yeah.
An additional thing that is not included is on all 4 ships, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yes.
Yep, that is at an additional charge. The level or how much extra it costs depends on the package that you get, as well as if you're purchasing the clothes from them. Because Christian got the captain's package and they gave him the captain's shirt and such, but I mean for
hat and shorts and a Mickey plush.
And a Mickey plush, that's right. And for the girls, you can definitely purchase the princess dress beforehand and wear it too, and they'll do up your hair and give you a couple different things. But
but there's all kinds of levels of packages for boys and girls. There's a knight, there's princess. On pirate night, they'll transform you into a pirate if you can get a reservation, and I believe there's also Star Wars makeovers. So it's on all 4 ships, but it is pricey. We did it for Christian once because he said he wanted to do it.
Yep.
And since then he has expressed that he never wants to do it.
True. Maybe we'll do it for Isabella.
Yeah. You do have to be 3 to participate at Triple B. Also, there are some fitness classes that we said some are included, but there are some that are not. And if you're into that kind of thing, I just like to work out on my own.
Yeah.
So, what else is not included?
I forgot it. Obviously, port adventures are not included.
You can definitely get off the ship and do your own thing in port most of the time. However, I know that when cruising started again in Europe, they were enforcing that you had to do an excursion through the cruise line to be able to get off the ship. I think that will be the case, at least at the beginning, because they need to ensure that people are not, going somewhere that they could potentially get it, bring it back on the ship and stuff. So, I'm not an expert.
Nope.
All I know right now is I think even since last week, it's been pushed back further. I think I saw something through March now.
Oh, wow.
So, at least for Disney, I'm not 100% sure. It changes so much.
Yeah, it's almost on the weekly, it changes.
So, I'm trying to think what else is not included. Like we said, way more is included that is not included, which is awesome. What?
Photography.
Oh yes, shutters.
Shutters is, and it's more of the professional photographers that take your picture at dinner, at the character meet and greets, around the ship, on the island, stuff like that. That is not included in your cruise fare. It's at an additional charge, but they'll take your photo but also the character handlers or
Wow.
the
That might go away for a while too.
Yeah.
Because right now the PhotoPass photographers at Disney World will not take a picture on your phone or your camera like they used to, just because people touching
True.
other people's stuff right now. But
pre-COVID.
you can, I mean, on the last cruises, Bella was to the point where she just wanted to walk up to the characters by herself, so I would just take
Yeah.
pictures of her while she was, doing it.
Mhm.
So if you all want to be in the picture, like, and it starts back and they don't want to be touching your stuff for a while, see if maybe the people in front of you or behind you are like comfortable taking your picture, or if there's a picture you really like, maybe buy the one picture. But it is pretty
expensive.
but you can also schedule a private photography session and get like family portraits done.
Yep.
So I don't know, I feel like that might be I'm probably forgetting something.
Obviously, the gift shops are not.
Well, yeah, no.
that's kind of a given, because I'm trying to work my way through the ship
Yeah.
and bounce around. Because there's Tiffany's, that's obviously not included, and then
Well, that's only on
the Fantasy and the Wonder, or
Fantasy
Fantasy Dream, sorry.
There's a variety of gift shops. There's stuff that is really expensive, and then there's stuff that is, doable, like the shirt I think you were wearing last week. We both have a couple of Disney Cruise Line shirts, and we let the kids pick out a toy, and they've got pins, keychains,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
We talked about the you renting a bicycle on Castaway Key.
So,
that's not included.
At Castaway Key, there are activities to do. If you don't want to just hang out at the beach, there's bike rental, there's parasailing, there's other rentals like inner tubes, there's snorkeling. So that's not included. I think, if I remember correctly, it was $13 per bike to rent this time.
And it's for an hour.
Yeah. So.
Here's another big one that's definitely not included. It's the cabanas at Castaway Key.
Well,
Those are.
Good luck getting one of those.
Yeah, good luck getting one unless you're platinum or
Concierge.
And even platinum has a problem getting them, because concierge usually snatches those up. There's a limited number of cabanas that you can rent. It's hard to find an accurate price for.
I think it's about $500-ish.
Yeah, $500-ish
sure.
for. But you can use it for the entire day. It comes stocked with some drinks, canned drinks, bottled water, and then they have a little area where you can go and go out to the water. It's closer to Cookies too, if I remember correctly. But I mean, it seems like it's really cool. One day,
maybe
I would like to, once we're platinum and we have a shot at getting it, I would like to, because I think we'd spend more time off the ship if it's so hot usually on the island. It really is, and the shade is okay, but the kids want to be down at the water. We want to be close to our stuff. I think in that instance, we would probably stay for most of the day. Just hang.
Spending $500.
Yeah, if I'm spending $500, we're gonna spend the entire day. But like, drop the kids off, and then we could hang out in the cabana, let them play at Scull's Cove. I think that maybe eventually.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe in like 3 or 4 cruises. So.
Well, we only have to take 2 more. And then we're platinum.
Yep. Then this is where it goes from not necessarily at an additional charge, but we've sailed enough and spent enough money with Disney that we platinum, all adults in the room receive a complimentary Apollo dinner
Or brunch.
A meal. So, but to get to platinum, you have to prove your worth.
So lots of money.
Yes.
Well,
I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that's everything that, I didn't compile a list for this week, because there's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not.
Last week I had, my whole list, and this week it's just like, okay, well, what isn't included? There's a lot that's included, and it's awesome. So,
I mean, just a kind of automatic one, but gratuities.
Oh yeah.
Gratuities are not included. You can prepay those because it's a certain amount, but also you can. We don't really understand why you would ever do this, but you can adjust your gratuities and reduce them. Or what we typically do if we adjust our gratuities is we increase them. Typically for our main dining room team, our server and our assistant server, and sometimes
most of the time for our stateroom host, because they get to know you. They know.
There were times that they know you. And they'll be like 3 or 4 rooms down. They'll see you coming. They'll see that you've got your hands full or something like that, and they'll just pop right over and they'll open the door for you, and you're like, great.
Like, hey, where's Christian? Oh, well, he's still at the club, So
they really interact well with your kids. They interact well with you.
They make those towel animals.
Oh yeah.
They leave you chocolate.
They just like
your bed.
Yeah, just like your weight team. They kind of pick up on when your daily schedule, especially on the long run.
Well, so
unless
on this last cruise, Bella got tired and wanted to take a nap before her normal nap time.
Yeah.
And so we were coming back to let her take a little bit of a nap, and they were like, "Oh, I haven't done your room yet." I'm like, "Well, she wants to take a nap. I'm sorry." And they're like, "Okay, I'll come back later."
Yeah.
So
they work extremely hard.
They're always working.
Yeah. You always see them. I think they get a few hour break between finishing up cleaning in the morning to doing a really quick turn down
when you're at dinner. So.
They do a really great job of doing that.
Yeah.
I always feel bad because we kind of we kind of pile up all of our fish extender gifts because.
Well, no. See, we've gotten better. We've piled them in a drawer.
That's true. We hide them, but then.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah, there's so many things, but it's always really good, and our stateroom host is always really good about keeping the room clean.
Yeah. They're awesome.
I don't think. I'm just like weaving my way through the ship. After deck 5, you're clear all the way up to 9 or 10, depending on what ship, or 9 or 11, depending on what ship you're on. Yeah. The sports simulators.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about that last week.
We don't know too much about it because we haven't done it. So
no.
Those are not included.
Everything else is included. I mean, alcohol. But the cool thing about alcohol, though, is if you want to kind of necessarily save a little bit, is every adult over the age of 21 is allowed to bring a 6-pack of beer or a bottle of wine, 2 bottles of wine. What's the milliliters on them?
750.
2 750 milliliter bottles of wine per port.
Yes.
So if you take 2 bottles of wine, like you take 2 bottles of wine, I take a 6-pack. Whenever we get to port, if we go to a grocery store or a liquor store, you can pick up another 6-pack or another couple bottles of wine, or if you've already got all your wine, you can pick up a 6-pack and I can pick up a 6-pack. We can both bring them onto the ship with us per port, so that's pretty cool. No liquor, just beer or wine. So that's kind of a way to cut costs, I would say, because obviously it's cheaper.
Yeah. You can also, like, if you don't like something or you do like a specific beverage, you can bring it on with you, soft drinks, bottled water.
Yeah.
But you do have to carry it on.
That's kind of the kicker, I would say, for embarkation day, is you can't put it in your check bag. It has to be in your carry-on. So I know that's one thing that people always complain about, is they want to bring bottled water, but they don't want to have to lug it around until their rooms are ready. So
see, there's a good reason for it. You put that case of water in your check bag, and a bag gets thrown on top of it, and now that water is squished. Your bag and all the bags under it are now soaking wet.
Same thing with wine and beer. Is if it
has to be carried on.
If it gets broken, it's not going to end well for anybody. So,
but
we didn't really mind it. So
No, you can also, I think we talked about it a little bit last week, bring, if you want candy for the movie or whatever, you can bring candy on. Food does have to be factory sealed, though.
Yep.
You cannot bring anything fresh.
Yeah.
On or off the ship.
On or off the ship, yep.
So I really think that's everything.
I think so too.
Well, I enjoy talking about cruises.
I do too.
I miss them so much.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, what?
Internet.
Oh yeah, and well, I just don't even think about that because we don't use it.
Internet's not included, but you can connect to the to the Wi-Fi, and you can use the messaging Navigator app, and you can message within that. Then they're also
this year.
Yeah.
It's almost last year. We were able to use iMessage while on the ship
to talk to each other, because that actually does come through a little bit easier than the messages that come through the Navigator app.
Sometimes.
Just because you have to be, the Navigator app has to be open for it to receive it. It's not the best Wi-Fi, but I mean, you're at sea, unplug. Yeah. You can, on embarkation day, register for 50 megabytes of free internet.
Per stateroom.
You can't really do much with it, but...
There are internet packages.
We just don't
do it.
No.
Another thing not through the ship that we did do, I think we were in Nassau, is through your cell phone provider. We talked to them before, right? We talked to Verizon before we left.
I let them know that we were going to be traveling, what country it was, and it was $10 a day to use my regular plan, so my unlimited data.
We turned it on one day in Nassau to check in with home,
and it was also beneficial because you were organizing the candy exchange for that one, and you needed something. So it's $10 per line. So we just activated my phone.
Yeah. Switch Facebook accounts.
Yeah, switched Facebook accounts and did switched in email accounts.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't too bad. And then we used it for navigation to make sure that we got to Junkanoo Beach easily. So okay, I think that's all.
Okay. It's everything. Next week, we might share a little bit of our Christmas with you. We'll see how the kids, they're a little bit hyper sometimes.
Very hyper.
So if they can, tone it down a little bit, maybe we'll see. Or maybe we'll talk about travelness. And then the week after that, we will share our camping trip.
Yep.
So, thank you for listening to us try to remember. Thank you for watching. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel if you like our rambling, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.